Radio Real Estate.
Our house in the middle of our street.
And now, here are your hosts, Sherry Brown and Tom Lucas.
Good morning. Welcome to the On-Air Open House. It's a pleasure to be with you once again. Sherry, hello.
Hello.
Bill Macklem, hello.
Good morning.
Very special day on today's show.
Really?
Yeah. It's really a very, very special day because tomorrow, see, today is your last day to shop before Father's Day. So if you haven't shopped for Father's Day, let's give you a little tip. Number one, no ties, no underwear, and no socks.
My dad, oh, I love him so. And I only hope that someday my own son will say, my dad. Now here is a man.
That song was so beautiful that it actually brought Bill Macklem to tears. I wish you could see him in the studio. Bill, can I need another thank you.
Good, thanks.
That's our big tearjerker song for the day. My dad.
It is.
Yeah, so tomorrow was a very special day for all the fathers, the grandfathers, the stepdads out there, the big brothers.
Soon-to-be fathers.
Soon-to-be fathers,
Yes.
the guys that don't even
Brand
know they're
new
going to be
fathers.
fathers.
There-
Yeah, them too.
Brand new fathers.
Brand new
That's
fathers.
a new surprise.
Your son is a brand new father again.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Pretty
Of
exciting
course, out
stuff.
there in Abbotsford. So my other son Ray is expecting one in November.
Your son Ray is expecting one?
Well, his wife.
Okay. Well, I know the Macklems are a weird breed, so so happy Father's Day to all the men out there that are a father figure in some young person's life.
Absolutely. You know, and it's tough, and it's even tougher for those stepdads.
Oh.
Stepdads even have a tougher time than regular dads.
That's worse than buying a used car.
Ooh.
Well, you know what they say about you buy a used car, you're buying somebody else's problems. so somebody comes to you and you're getting married, it's like
Yes.
hers, mine, and ours.
So how about those Canucks?
How about those damn Canucks, eh? How about those Kings last night?
Whoa.
Oh, that
2
was a
overtime periods,
good
all
game.
right, yeah.
I
hoping.
even enjoyed it.
Did you?
I was hoping for
I-
Vino. I have to be honest. I was hoping for Vino.
Well, yeah, sure, because that's kind of a sentimental thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like I like him to have won, and it would have been good for hockey in general. It would have been good for New York. They've won for 20 years,
Mm-hmm.
so it'd been good for them.
So what is it?
But-
Twice in 3 years for the Kings?
Twice in 3 years for the Kings.
Yeah.
So what they're now tied with Chicago because Chicago did it twice in 3 years.
And besides, I like the city of Los Angeles better than the city of New York, so there you are.
Well, every time they show those beaches and
Yeah,
sand, and
really.
Santa Monica Pier, I mean, they kind of go, "Whoa, this is tough."
This is a tough act to follow.
It is.
But Vancouver's not too bad either.
That's perfect.
So you just heard his name, his voice. His name is Billy Mack. He is the president of Dominion Macklem Mortgages, and he's here officially with a look at the numbers in just a few minutes as he brings you his weekly mortgage rate update.
And Bill will also answer your mortgage question of the week.
And later in the show, we're going to talk about home prices, home buyer demand, just talk about what's going on in the marketplace in the Lower Mainland. But this is important.
And Finn Jensen, our radio real estate handyman, says summer's here next Saturday, and we're going to be busy.
And as a
this
matter of
year.
fact, yes, next Saturday at 3:51 in the morning is when summer officially arrives.
Wow.
I'll be up for it. Probably the only one.
Yeah, you will be.
So summer is here next Saturday. I'm looking forward to that. We'll also be chatting about family financed mortgages or the bank of mom and dad with our very special guest this morning, Chris Catliff. Chris is the CEO of Blue Shore Financial. So I'm
Wow,
looking forward
that
to that.
sounds really
yeah,
good.
it'll be interesting.
Andrea Jock of Keller Williams Elite Realty is going to chat with Tom about real estate in the Tri-Cities. So we have that trend going through here.
And we welcome Doc Livingston of Remax Results Realty to the Radio Real Estate Show. This morning, Doc begins his series on seniors real estate.
We're going to take a look at real estate in North and West Vancouver with our North Shore expert, Donna Smood of Remax Masters Realty.
That's right. And also, we'll be talking about Delta Rise, the tallest condo, which is on its way to North Delta. We'll be talking again with the sales manager, Mick Lutz.
It's 10:05, and you're listening to the Radio Real Estate Show on AM 650.
Thank you so much, Sherry and Bill. And time now for the weekly mortgage rate update, live and direct from Dominion Macklem Mortgages in downtown South Surrey on 24th.
24th and
Cross,
15.
cross from the Safeways. Yeah.
Yes, easy to get to. I always tell people, go east on 24th, look for the first liquor store, pull in right. We're in a two-story office building, but you know what? The thing that most people see is a liquor store.
They do.
They don't see the TD Waterhouse. They don't see the Maxwell Mortgage.
Just what you need, Bill, is somebody coming in to apply for a mortgage all liquored up.
We can help them out.
I'm sure you could too. Bill, let's talk money.
The rates this week are still just great. I mean, like, you've got a variable rate at 2.45. That's a great rate. That's that's $392 per 100,000. So, if you want to figure out what a $300,000 mortgage is, that just times that 392 by 3, and you're going to have your cost for your new home. If you're going to look at a 5-year close, you're looking at 297 to 299. You're looking at about $419 per 100,000. So still, if you take 419 and you take that by 4, it's for a $400,000 house, you're going to pay $1,676 on a $400,000 mortgage.
Wow. That's great. Well, we have a mortgage question this week, and it comes from Dennis McIntosh of Vancouver. Dennis says, I'm retired and I have a pension. Would I still be able to qualify for a mortgage?
Thanks very much, Sherry. Yes, Dennis, you can qualify for a mortgage. Will you actually use your pension income, so your CPP, your OAS, if you have a pension from some company that you might have worked for, if you have some income from some investments that are paying on a fairly regular basis, we can use that. As we now know with the new federal government, with new federal government rules, we have to make sure that on your line 150 on your notice of assessment from Revenue Canada, that's what they're going to be using for your income stream. So that's important. In the old days, you go use your T4, but apparently everybody can go down to Staples and get a whole swag of T4s and fill them out themselves, so that no longer applies. T1 Generals show where you get your money from, so you might get some of your money from pensions, RSPs, gift from somebody, capital loss of some sort. So some of the lenders will ask for your T1 Generals, but for the most part, you're going to need your notice of assessment. It's called summary notice of assessment. It's not your municipal tax roll. It's your personal income tax from CCRA that says how much money you made.
Great. Thank you, Bill. For more expert mortgage information, you can go online and visit billymac.com. That's Billy with an I, not a Y, MAC.com, or call Bill at 604-684-4663. That's 604-684-HOME.
Thank you, Sherry. It's 8 minutes after 10, 10:08 on the Radio Real Estate Show, and time now to chat with our Tri-City specialist, Andrea Jock of Keller Williams Elite Realty. Andrea, good morning.
Good morning, Tom. Hi, Sherry.
Busy weekend for Andrea Jock. First of all, how's your week been?
It's been fabulous. Lots of showings on my listings and working on a few offers.
Well, that's good to hear. Now, again, as I said, you are going to be super busy this weekend, starting with tonight.
Yes, I'm so excited. Tonight is the 4th annual Ladies' Night In featuring wine, women, and shoes. We're excited. The big day is here.
Where is that going to be held?
1008 Alderside, a $3.8 million house in Port Moody, just right on the water here, overlooking the ocean.
But before you go there, this afternoon you have an open house to take care of.
We have an open house today at our new listing, number 104-3065 Primrose Lane in Coquitlam. A beautiful 2-bedroom, 1.5 bathroom, fully renovated condo with ground level entrance and a beautiful private patio.
Sounds good. Now, before we go, I think you should say hello to that lady at the real estate board who listens to you religiously every Saturday on the radio.
Hi, Vicki. Thank you so much for checking in.
Thank you, Vicki. And we'll talk to you next week, Andrea.
Sounds good. And I just want to wish my father a very happy Father's Day tomorrow, and all the wonderful fathers out there. Hope you enjoy your day.
Did you get Dad something this year?
Of course I did.
Well, you have a few hours to shop, and you're going to be pretty busy today, so you better get to the mall now, okay?
You didn't believe me when I said that, didn't you?
I know. I'll talk to you next week.
Sounds good. Bye, Tom. This is Andrea Jock for Radio Real Estate.
Whether you're buying or selling in the Tri-Cities, call Andrea Jock at 604-783-3124. That's 604-783-3124. Or visit pgmre.com.
In the next segment of the Radio Real Estate Show, we'll talk about family-financed mortgages with our very special guest live with the program. Gentleman's name is Chris Catliff. He is the CEO of Blue Shore Financial.
And our Radio Real Estate Seniors Real Estate Specialist, Doc Livingston of RE/MAX Results Realty, will be here to chat about the 55-plus crowd.
Good morning. It's Tom Lucas with our co-host Sherry Brown of RE/MAX Performance Realty, Bill Macklin, president of Dominion Macklin Mortgages, and our producer is Paul Dembski, and you're listening to Radio Real Estate on AM 650 Radio.
Hi, this is Donna Smood of RE/MAX Masters Realty in West Vancouver. I've lived here all my life and know this is a great place for you to live too. The North Shore offers everything. spectacular mountain, ocean, and city views, apartments starting from $350,000 and up, and homes starting from $950,000 and up. When you are ready to buy or sell on the North Shore, give me a call at 604-803-0931 or visit my website at smoodrealestate.com. SMOOD. It's all about you.
Jim Perkins, president and founder of Fair Trade Works.
More than a third of Canadians plan to renovate or build this year. How many do you think get fair market value for their work?
Fair Trade Works introduces third-party construction advocacy to ensure homeowners are guaranteed quality and ensuring fixed costs at fair market value.
Our consultation and tendering process is free. Don't build without talking to us first.
Find out more at fairtradeworks.biz. fairtradeworks.biz.
Hi, this is Rima with the Delta Rise, Delta's tallest tower at 37 stories and great floor plans of 1, 2, and 3 bedrooms. Are you renting? Why rent when you can own? Delta Rise is offering pre-construction pricing. Come out and take advantage now before our Experience Center closes this fall. For more information, visit us at the corner of Scott Road and 80th Avenue or online at deltarise.ca. Come find out what all the hype is about. It's why we call it 37 stories of wow.
Hi, this is Bill Macklem of Dominion Macklem Mortgages. Over the past 25 years, I have found most home purchasers do not use a mortgage broker. We are a no-charge professional who have assisted over 5,000 home buyers finance their home. The exciting part is these same home buyers come back to us for refinancing, buying their next property, or lowering their current payments. Call us at 604-684-HOME. That's 604-684-4663 for more information.
Vancouver weather. What you see is what you get, especially today. Showers with a high of 17 degrees. Now, Father's Day and Monday, Sherry?
For Father's Day, we have mainly cloudy with a 40% chance of showers late in the afternoon. And on Monday, it's cloudy with a 60% chance of showers and a high of 17.
And right now, it is 12 degrees on the Radio Real Estate Show.
AM 650. Papa was a Rolling Stone. Wherever he laid his hat was his home.
It's our Father's Day edition of the Radio Real Estate Show. Those little songs we play throughout the show will be dedicated to dear old Dad today.
Excellent.
Yeah.
That's a good song. That's a good song.
Temptations. Papa was a Rolling Stone. I've got another gentleman on the phone. Huh?
John Denver?
No. Temptations. Another gentleman's on the phone right now. Not only is he the CEO of North Shore Financial, he is also a dad. So let's say, good morning, Chris.
Good morning.
Happy Father's Day for tomorrow.
Thank you.
We've got you, you're kind of like a semi-vacation. Where are you today? You're over in one of the islands, aren't you?
No, I'm just at home, looking forward to the call.
Oh, you are at home. Okay, because somebody in your promotions department told me that you might be taken off to one of the little islands this weekend.
Well, it's a little rainy for that.
I guess.
Stay at home.
Your organization had an interesting poll recently. I guess it was back in May, Blue Shore Financial. And you talked about mortgages and people getting mortgages. And the survey was indicating that a lot of those mortgages will be funded by the bank of mom and dad, family finance mortgages, right?
Right, yeah. So it's an incredibly hot new trend that we're seeing. And it came from our financial advisors that were telling us, this is what's happening to most of the people they're dealing with. And it's causing a lot of stress because whenever you put, family and money together, it equals a lot of emotion. And so we surveyed our clients, and we found out some pretty startling facts. And if I'll take you through them. First of all, our response rate was incredible. It was over 55% of the over 650 people that we surveyed. So that response rate shows us it's a really hot trend. And what they told us was that existing parents that had financed their kids' down payments, that was about 41% of existing parents who had already done that. But those that were considering it, 76% of parents were thinking of financing their child's mortgage or down payment or helping them into a home. And what's so surprising also is we found that there was very large down payments being considered.
So what kind of down payments are we looking at here?
Well, for those 40% that had already done it, my parents helped me when I was a lot younger for my first time purchase. It was under $25,000 was clearly the norm. But today, if you're considering helping your parents, most people, most of them are considering between $100,000 and $200,000, which is a big number. And why that's so important is it causes people to rethink their retirement plans, but also rethink maybe what sort of risk they should be taking on in their investments for their retirement.
Now, Chris, you mentioned too that your folks helped you out. A lot of people listening to the show perhaps helped out their children or have been helped out by their parents. When I came to buy my first home, my dad says, "There's the door, son." So things have come a long way.
Well, they have, and I think it's because of all the equity and the value that's been created, not just by parents, but also by grandparents as well. And so as we, this is a global city, and land prices continue to go up. And so what grandparents and parents are thinking of is how do we make sure that our kids get the blessing of building wealth over time with their own home. And of course, the average price for a first-time home buyer in Greater Vancouver is $500,000 versus about $300,000 for the rest of the country.
Mm-hmm.
And Chris, I noticed that the Bill Macklem here. I noticed that when we do our deals with, and we do a lot of mortgages with you folks at Blue Water, we find that what happens is that a lot of people are actually giving at least the initial stage in terms of the dollars for the down payment, which is really great. And then as they get more involved, as the parents see the kids becoming, or the children, I shouldn't say kids, the children becoming more involved and becoming more serious about this, the down payment seems to increase. So initially they start off with like a 5% down, and then as they start finding out that the children are much more responsible than they were giving them credit for at the time, they start upping that down payment so that they can get into like a 20% down so they can actually get an extension of the amortization.
Yeah, we see that a lot. In fact, one of my our clients just put his third of fourth kids into their first single-family home, but he had helped them with a condo and then another condo, upping a little bit each time, and then sort of when he finally got them into a home, he's sort of, that's it, and I'll move on to helping the fourth of four kids. So, yeah, we see that. I think they're looking for stability. They're looking to see that their relationships are strong, and of course, once children start coming, they want to make sure that they're in a good neighborhood with the right schools, but also close by to parents and grandparents so they can visit and help and remain a family.
And it seems to me that a lot of the people that you did the survey with, they've done some really good financial planning along the way. And you were saying that 69% of those who assisted their kids, it hasn't affected their own personal finances or retirement.
Yeah, so that's very interesting because when we look at the people, remember I divided between two groups, those that had helped already, and they would be a little bit older, and those that are considering it would be like myself. And there is a big difference because those that had already done the help said it hadn't had an impact whatsoever, probably because their land prices have gone up so much over time. But those that are considering it, they are really, they've got aging parents, they've got issues of what the stock market can return. If they're talking about 100 to 200,000, or maybe two kids, that's a big number for people to figure out over time. So the absolute key that we see is that when people take this into consideration and really have a longer-term plan and talk to their kids about it. But what they can do is set things up so it becomes a lot less stressful, and a lot less painful.
I notice that as we're doing more and more of these, a lot of the parents are actually not only gifting the money for the down payment, and as you were saying earlier, and making sure that the relationship between the two people that are buying the home, that are getting the gift, is stable, that a lot of them are actually going on as a guarantor just to ensure that in the event that something did happen to the relationship, they don't lose that gift they just gave the children to buy the home.
Yeah, we see that a lot, and we recommend it in a lot of cases. So the down payment can be helped with a gift or a loan, and sometimes we see that gift coming from grandparents, and that is a great thing because it helps in sort of intergenerational wealth transfer and can be done to avoid taxes. A common thing we see is a second mortgage, and we see co-signing on payments, and we even see people buying revenue condos that could be maybe revenue for a while, then for the kids, and then maybe for the aging parents later on. So really taking a broader view of the family's real estate holdings over time.
Yeah, it's up and coming thing that we've seen here with parents being able to help their kids, and really that is in direct relation, I think, as you were saying, with the house prices that have gone up considerably.
Yeah, I believe that it's taken over from the kind of marriage ceremony and the cost of marriage as the big thing parents focus on. I think what we're seeing with so many of our young adults is they'd rather do the marriage a little bit more on the cheap and save the money for the down payment.
You know, Chris, I wish I had him in here a few weeks ago. The producer of our show is a young guy. He just got married, and Bill and Sherry and myself are saying, forget the spending thousands of dollars on the wedding. Have the wedding here on the radio for free. Take that money and put it into a mortgage. Was that the right advice to give the guy?
I believe so over time, yes. But you also got to stay married. That's good advice, too.
Well, that's true, too. And now he was on the floor. He's getting back up now. He looks a little bit happy. You mentioned that you have kids and you're thinking of helping them out. May I ask how old your children are?
I have a 20 and a 16-year-old.
Okay. So it's good that Dad works for a financial institution.
It is indeed. But I just want to say that over time we're seeing that when I look at Toronto with 6,000 square kilometers of land and Vancouver with only 2,900, we're seeing our population is going to go from 2.6 million to 3.5 million in the next 30 years. That's about a 35% increase. So there'll be cycles, but I see land prices continuing over time. So I think it's good for families to take care of each other and invest. And I think the percentage of renters will go up over time because of the cost. But, our system is really set up to help and build wealth for those that do buy a home.
Well, tomorrow is Father's Day, and here's a little tip to all the boys and girls listening to the show. Be nice to Dad, because you never know. Dad might be a bigger help than you suspect. Chris, listen, I hope you have a wonderful Father's Day tomorrow. I hope you are just spoiled rotten. Hope you don't have to cook for yourself, because they always buy Dad barbecues and then Dad has to cook for the rest of the year. So I hope the family takes care of you. And Chris, thank you for taking time to be with us on the show this morning. Great information.
Thanks. I enjoyed the discussion.
We'll talk again soon. Thank you so much.
Correct. Bye.
That's Chris Catliffe is the gentleman's name. He is the CEO of Blue Shore Financial.
Blue Shore, great company.
Interesting information, too.
For those people that don't remember, it used to be North Shore Credit Union.
That's right.
Now it's Blue Shore.
Mm-hmm.
Great guys, great people working in the system. We've done a lot of mortgages with them over the years, and we look forward to doing the same thing in the future.
And they have locations just everywhere.
Yes, they do.
It's nice to know that the Bank of Mom and Dad still exists out there somewhere.
Isn't it?
Well, it's a phenomenon that just started basically, really, in reality, probably about 2002, 2004. Because up until about 2000, I mean, house prices in the Lower Mainland were fairly flat, and there wasn't a lot of room in there.
Mm-hmm.
You were lucky to be able to sell your house and get enough equity to pay off the real estate fees and buy your next house. And then all of a sudden, in 2000, I think it was 2004 is when it actually started happening. Values of homes started increasing so rapidly that a lot of people that were over 45 were getting all of a sudden wealth, and they didn't know what to do with it.
I think there's more to this story, and we'll have Chris back on the show again sometime and talk some more about it.
Good idea.
All right. It's 23 minutes after 10 o'clock, and time now to begin our brand new weekly series on the show. We're going to be looking at seniors real estate, and we'll be talking with he's going to be our radio real estate seniors experts. And he is, because he's got the letters after his name. His name is Doc Livingston. I think we have him on the phone right now. Doc, good morning.
Good morning, Tom.
For the next few weeks, we're going to have you on board. You're going to be talking about seniors real estate. I'm really looking forward to that.
I'm really looking forward to it too, Tom.
Well, last week when you were on the show, you picked up your first fan. What was her name?
I did. It was Mary.
Mary. Well, thank you, Mary, for being interested in what Doc had to say.
I can hardly wait for fan number 2, because then I can have a fan club.
And then we can have a meeting, right?
Yeah.
Well, this morning, Doc, let's talk about a few things that might relate to some of the seniors in our audience. Let's talk about selling your home but can't.
That's a really strong point. And, I can go back to my experiences with that and meeting older children and coming to me and saying, look, we've got to sell Mom's house. And I'll say something like, where's Mom? Is she able to sign things, or is she in a home where she can't? Has she had an accident? What's going on? Most of the time they say, no, she's in a home, she's unable to do anything, so we're going to have to sell her house. And then I would ask the question, okay, who's got power of attorney? It's called enduring power of attorney. And basically, we appoint someone to look after our affairs only if we can't.
Okay.
It doesn't just give them the willy-nilly rights to go and do whatever they want. Basically, we have to be incapacitated for that to take over.
And once again, you would have laid everything out the way you want it to be taken care of. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
Good.
You can specify the details of it and so on, and you do it all with your notary or your lawyer. It's very inexpensive. Just imagine that you wind up in the hospital. You've got your own bank account that you pay all your bills out of, and your wife has her own bank accounts. But something happens to you. You can't do your regular business, nobody can pay your bills out of your account.
Yeah, and then the telephone company's going to be really upset.
Yeah, they're going to be upset. That's an enduring power of attorney. Basically, it should be kind of a cornerstone tied onto your will, and you should have somebody that you trust looking after that part of it, just so that you're covered should anything happen.
Well, you know what, folks? If you're over the age of 55 and you might be taking care of mom and dad, I suggest you go to Doc's website, which is homehuntersbc.com, homehuntersbc.com. You have a section there for people that are 55 years of age and older and answer all their questions, right, Doc?
We do. And we're here as well.
You're one of the few doctors these days that I know that actually makes house calls.
Yeah, I make house calls.
Oh, good.
If I was a real doctor.
Hey, as far as I'm concerned, you are a real doctor. Now, Doc, tomorrow you are on location. You have an open house for our listeners.
We have an open house in beautiful downtown Maple Ridge. Well, not quite downtown. It's actually out in Silver Valley, right on the edge of Golden Ears Park. Just a beautiful little townhouse, 2 bedrooms and a den. 1,342 square feet. It has a single garage, parking for an additional car, plus a huge bonus. It actually faces right on to 230 A Street, so you've got street parking as well. So you could have a party and everybody would have a place to park. And in a townhouse complex, that's amazing.
And it's just a gorgeous unit as well.
It's absolutely 3 years old, still under warranty. It's immaculate, just like nobody's lived in it. It's gorgeous.
Now, once again, the open house tomorrow is from?
2 to 4.
Mm-hmm. And the address again?
It's Unit 113. 13819 232nd Street in beautiful Maple Ridge.
And if you missed any of this, of course, you can go to Doc's website and you'll get all the information. Now, Doc, what are we going to talk about next week?
We're going to be talking about, is there a will and where is it? It's all part of a little presentation that I do for in seniors facilities called Who's Got the Key?
Sounds good. I'm looking forward to it, Doc. We'll talk to you again next week.
This is Doc Livingston for Radio Real Estate. We'll see you next week.
To get more information on the seniors real estate market, call Doc Livingston at 604-787-7028. That's 604-787-7028. Or visit homehuntersbc.com. That's homehuntersbc.com. Remember, Doc makes house calls.
You got the key, Bill?
I don't have the key.
Sherry, do you have the key?
I don't have the key.
I don't have the key either. Paul, do you have the key?
Jeez.
Oh, my God. Better call Doc. He must know who has the key.
I think so. In our next segment, Tom will be speaking with Mick Lutz, sales manager of the Delta Rise.
And I'll have this week's celebrity real estate gossip. And this week I'm talking about Ron Howard. I don't know if you remember.
Oh,
Opie.
we remember Opie Dopey.
And Richie Cunningham. And I'll be also talking about the mansion from the movie Scarface.
Hey, Mrs. C. Okay, 28 after 10 o'clock. Good morning. It's Tom Lucas with Sherry Brown of Remax Performance Realty, Bill Macklem, president of Dominion Macklem Mortgages, and our producer is the homeless Paul Dembski. And you're listening to Radio Real Estate on AM 650.
Jim Perkins, president and founder of Fair Trade Works.
There's a big difference between what contractors feel they should charge and the real price of labor and materials. We are proud to introduce a new system to drive quality, promote transparency in housing costs, and save you money.
Fair Trade Works' new system provides wholesale pricing on materials and pre-vetted labor, access to budgeted designers, and more. Details at fairtradeworks.biz.
We deliver on quality, we deliver on price.
Find out more at fairtradeworks.biz. fairtradeworks.biz.
Donna Smoot here from Remax Masters Realty in West Vancouver. You may be getting ready to downsize your home, and this is great because it will give you more quality time to enjoy the lifestyle the North Shore has to offer. Hiking, skiing, golfing, the arts, and fabulous restaurants. For more information on downsizing on the North Shore, call me at 604-803-0931 or visit my website, smoodrealestate.com. That's SMOOD. It's all about you.
Hi, this is Bill Macklem of Dominion Macklem Mortgages. Over the past 25 years, I have found most home purchasers do not use a mortgage broker. We are a no-charge professional who have assisted over 5,000 home buyers finance their home. The exciting part is these same home buyers come back to us for refinancing, buying their next property, or lowering their current payments. Call us at 604-684-HOME. That's 604-684-4663 for more information.
AM 650. I think I'll color this man father. Color him father. I think I'll color him love. Color him love. Said I'm gonna color him father. Color him father. I think I'll color the man love. Yes, I will.
Yes, I will. I'll go color my old man love. Gonna color him father. How many kids do you have, Billy?
I have 2 kids and 2 adopted kids.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
They all live out here on the coast?
If you include Washington, yes, they do.
Well, that's pretty good. So maybe you're going to get a big surprise tomorrow.
I might.
I hope it's not another child. Not at your age.
Exactly.
But you're a granddad, too?
I'm a granddad. We got 5 grandkids.
Children, yes.
Wow. You had to think about that for a second.
Well, that's because...
I've got a 6th one coming, so I'm always kind of like thrown off. Okay, well, that one hasn't arrived yet. So.
And is it one of the granddaughters that calls you Grandpa Grumpy?
A couple of them.
I wonder why. And we should say to Steve, Happy Father's Day.
Yes,
That's your dad?
to my dad. Yeah, he is the proud father of me and my sister. And
well, we don't know how proud he is, but he's
4 grandchildren.
And he's a very nice. I've met him this last week, and what a nice man.
Yes.
Your mom and dad are beautiful people.
They are wonderful people.
They're beautiful people. Let's find out what's going on at the biggest deal on its way to North Delta. Sherry knows all about this. Bill does. I do. And now you will, too. Let's say good morning to Mick Lutz. Mick is the sales manager over at the Delta Rise. Mick, good morning.
Good morning, Tom. How are you?
I'm good. It's almost Father's Day, so I think Mom and the kids should be bringing Dad out to look for a new home today or tomorrow, don't you?
I would say so. That's probably a good idea.
And we know just the place. It's called Delta Rise, the hottest, tallest tower on its way to North Delta.
It's the new Delta that's coming. It's the biggest building, centrally located. It's a beautiful spot.
If somebody wants to find you, where are you?
We are on the corner of 80th Avenue and 120th, or Scott Road. We're in between the Remax building and the medical building.
37 stories of wow. There's a reason why there's a huge wow factor when it comes to Delta Rise. First of all, those outstanding patios. Let's talk about that for just a minute.
The average patio size in Vancouver is about 60 square feet. Where these are hover around 300. These are huge outdoor living areas. You couple that with the outdoor green space, the big rooftop park, and you can effectively live in an apartment with outdoor lifestyle.
You know, Mick, I think that last week on the show we said that some of these decks are actually bigger than some apartments themselves in Metro Vancouver.
These are enormous decks. We're really finding positive response from people walking through the door. If they're moving to an apartment, they've given up all their outdoor living. Well, this is not the case at Delta Rise. You have a very big outdoor space.
And your developer has spared no expense when it comes to the amenities inside the building. Let's talk about those appliances for a second. This is not cheap stuff we put in there.
No, they've gone for a high-level product here. They've gone with a top-end KitchenAid appliance. These are full-size. These are not the smaller apartment-size ones. The washer-dryer, the same thing. They're a big Maytag, full-size Maytag, not the little apartment ones. Twin sinks instead of single sinks. These are beautifully set up.
Now, you have a little something for everybody. You've got something for first-time home buyers. You have something for people that are looking to downsize, and in between folks, too, that might be moving up in the marketplace.
That's right. You can get in something a little more budget-priced if you're a first-time home buyer. Everybody knows what the price of real estate is like in Vancouver. But once you get across the river into Delta, prices are a lot more attractive.
And the thing that I like about your complex is that you're really close to everything. There's schools, there's shopping, there's transportation, you name it, you've got it.
This whole development is part of a revitalization of Scott Road, and Delta City has focused on this area because it is central. It has the public transport, it has the shopping, it has the schools, the amenity centers, everything the body needs.
And I think we should suggest this morning to our listeners who might be thinking about having a look at Delta Rises, maybe get out there as quickly as you can because you're coming close to the construction phase.
That's right. We're still in pre-construction pricing, but that's not going to last too much longer. We're getting pretty close to shutting that part down, moving into the construction phase, and there's still some good opportunity, though, right now if someone wants to get in the door and pick something up, pre-construction pricing.
So now is the time to make your move if you are thinking about making that move.
Indeed it is, yes. Don't look to come back and see me in a couple of months because things will have changed by then.
Forewarned is forearmed, as they say. Now, you're open till what time today, Mick?
From noon until 5.
And if somebody wants to bring Dad out tomorrow to celebrate his day, you'll take good care of him.
Oh, indeed. I'm a dad. I'd like to be taken good care of myself.
Don't we all? Mick, it's always
That's
a pleasure. And we'll give the address and the website in just a second. I hope you have a great Father's Day. Don't work too hard, but if you do, you've got a great product to show people.
Thanks, Tom. I appreciate the call.
To get more information on Delta Rise, call 604-594-7473 or visit deltarise.ca. That's deltarise.ca.
And it's time now on the Radio Real Estate Show for Sherry Brown and her celebrity real estate gossip. And who are you crucifying today?
Well, do you remember the Happy Days and the Andy Griffith Show?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Well, Ron Howard, the former child star turned Academy Award-winning director, moved his family close to Greenwich, Connecticut, about an hour away from New York eons ago. But with the kids grown, he's now 60 years old.
Oh,
he says it's time to sell the family spread. The man known as Opie and Richie Cunningham has listed his home at a staggering $27.5 million. Now, he raised his children on this lakefront country estate, and the home has 6 bedrooms, 4.5 baths, and they even have an indoor pool that's modeled after the pool in the hit movie Cocoon, which he directed. Yes.
Go figure.
So that's Ron Howard for you. And now the real Scarface Mansion. And, you know, amazingly enough, I've never even seen this movie. I think I need to watch it. But the 1906 mansion where Al Pacino was featured in a role where he went absolutely nuts with drugs and power is for sale in the oceanside town of Santa Barbara. The list price of the Hollywood-esque is a real $35 million. The Mediterranean state is a stunner not only because of the immortal scene in Scarface where Pacino hoists his machine gun and shouts, "Say hello to my little friend." According to records, the Scarface Mansion last sold for $6.23 million in 2009, and in 2012, you could have rented it for $30,000 a month. And that's your celebrity real estate gossip today.
I remember there's a story about you, Bill, a few years ago. You're in an elevator downtown in one of the buildings. You say, "Here, see my little friend." If you'd like to get more real estate gossip online, go to our website, which is radiorealestateshow.ca.
We'll be talking about it in the next
Hold on,
segment.
I'm not finished.
Yes, okay.
And then there's an icon, and you can click on that icon, and then you can get all Sherry's good stuff.
Yes, you can.
And you might even get a little story about Bill.
Actually, that's the next story coming up.
But what I said about Bill wasn't true. I just made that part up. I couldn't resist. People say, "Why do you pick on Bill all the time?" I said, "Because we love him."
Exactly.
That's right. Now you wanted to say something. Go right.
I was just going to say that we're going to be talking about the Real Estate Board of Greater Vancouver, talking about residential property sales in the Greater Vancouver area.
Cool. Really cool. What else is cooler? It's a Radio Real Estate Show. You've got the three of us here, Tom Lucas, our co-host Sherry Brown. You've got Bill Macklem of Dominion Macklem Mortgages. And the fourth wheel in the cog, or cog in the wheel, the guy that keeps us rolling along, even though he is homeless.
He's homeless, I know
He's
that.
homeless and he's ready to travel. His name is Paul Dembski. You've got Radio Real Estate online and on the radio at am650.com.
Hi, this is Donna Smood of Remax Masters Realty in West Vancouver. I specialize in helping women find their new home, and I also help you get top dollar when selling. Call me at 604-803-0931 and let me put my extensive marketing plan to work for you. For more information, please visit my website, smoodrealestate.com. That's smoodrealestate.com. SMOOD. It's all about you.
Hi, this is Rima with Delta Rise, Delta's tallest tower at 37 stories and great floor plans of 1, 2, and 3 bedrooms. Are you renting? Why rent when you can own? Delta Rise is offering pre-construction pricing. Come out and take advantage now before our Experience Center closes soon. For more information, visit us at the corner of Scott Road and 80th Avenue or online at deltarise.ca. Come find out what all the hype is about. It's why we call it 37 stories of wow.
Jim Perkins, president and founder of Fair Trade Works.
More than a third of Canadians plan to renovate or build this year. How many do you think get fair market value for their work?
Fair Trade Works introduces third-party construction advocacy to ensure homeowners are guaranteed quality and ensuring fixed costs at fair market value.
Our consultation and tendering process is free. Don't build without talking to us first.
Find out more at fairtradeworks.biz. fairtradeworks.biz.
Hi, this is Bill Macklem of Dominion Macklem Mortgages. As a successful broker-owner, I have developed a team of mortgage professionals that support me and my clients. If you're confused with all the mortgage chatter of do's and don'ts, my mortgage team is ready to answer your questions to determine the best mortgage for you. Call 604-684-HOME. That's 604-684-4663 for more information.
Vancouver weather.
Well, we're going to get showers today with a high of 17 degrees. Now, the chances of getting a sunburn today aren't too great. UV index is only 3, which is fairly moderate.
And for Father's Day, they're not great either, with a 40% chance of showers late in the afternoon and evening. And on Monday, cloudy with a 60% chance of showers and a high of 17.
Right now, it's 5 below that. It's I did that without a calculator. It's 12 degrees on the Radio Real Estate Show.
AM 650. Papa's got a brand new bag.
Yeah, Papa's got a brand new bag. They call it a Merce.
I think Papa needs a new house.
I think so. A Merce, that's a man purse.
Really?
Yeah.
Thought maybe he adopted another child.
Bill had this look in his face like a deer in the headlights. Huh?
I actually
Merce?
know some men with MRSAs.
You don't?
I do, yes. They're metrosexual men.
Oh, yeah. Do you want to mention their names now? We have time.
Do they wear tight shirts and tight cardigans and tight blue jeans?
No, they're realtors, and you would
shoes?
never guess who it is, but I won't tell. I'll
No.
tell you later.
You had me wondering when you said you would never guess. I had no idea where you're going with that. It's 10:41, 19 minutes now before 11 o'clock on the Radio Real Estate Show. And it's time to take a look at North Shore Real Estate with Donna Smoot. She is with RE/MAX Masters Realty. She's our North Shore expert extraordinaire. I got her on the line right now, I think. Yeah, we do? Donna, good morning.
Good morning, Tom.
How are you this weekend?
I'm very good, and how about you?
I'm looking forward to a big day tomorrow.
Happy Father's Day.
And happy Father's Day to your dad, because I know he probably tune in to hear you every Saturday morning. So happy Father's Day, Mr. Smood. I was just having a thought. Maybe dad's listening to the show, any dad, not necessarily your dad or my dad, but any dad, and they're thinking, you know what, I'm getting to the age now, I'd like to downsize. Is the North Shore a good place for dad if he wants to downsize?
Absolutely. A lot of people think, especially in West Vancouver, that you can't find any affordable properties. And often seniors, even if they sell their home for more, obviously, than they paid for it, they don't often want to spend it all. They want to keep some of it.
Mm-hmm.
And what I noticed is on Keith Road in West Vancouver, which is Cedardale, just above Park Royal, there's an apartment, 1225, 235 Keith Road. It has 710 square feet, so one bedroom, one bathroom. They're only asking $239,000 for it.
And like you say on the North Shore, that is a heck of a price.
This place actually has a garden and it has an outside pool.
Let's give your phone number right now in case somebody is listening that wants to downsize and move to the North Shore or maybe move around the North Shore. Give Donna a call. What's your telephone number there, Donna?
604-803-0931. 604-803-0931.
This morning, before we actually went on the air, you and I were chatting on the phone, and you were saying it seems that there are some senior citizens out there that are just hanging on a bit too long to sell, and maybe if they're thinking about moving, they should call their realtor, call Donna right away and make that move.
Yes, I've experienced 2 cases this week where the seniors waited too long, and now one of their partners is very sick, and it makes it very difficult and challenging to move at that time.
And sometimes I think they're afraid to move because they might sell their house and there is nowhere for them to move, but you're saying there's a couple of great spots in the North Shore that maybe mom and dad, if you want to downsize, can move into.
Yes.
You are on the go this weekend. I know you're just not going to be sitting on your laurels. You're always out there talking to people, knocking on doors. You have a fantastic open house for everybody tomorrow.
I'm holding a nice family home tomorrow at 4725 Wood Green Drive. It's in Cypress Park Estate. That's on the other side of Upper Caulfield, and they've just reduced the price to $1,298,000. That's 3 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, close to schools and shopping, and there's a little park nearby.
This might be the ideal location for a growing family.
Yes.
So once again, Donna, you have the open house tomorrow. That address is?
4725 Wood Green Drive, West Vancouver.
And you're holding the open from what time till what time?
2 p.m. to 4 p.m.
And if there's a dad out there, or mom and dad who are thinking about downsizing, give Donna a call. She can get you into a super place at a super price on the North Shore.
Absolutely.
All right, now I want you to have a wonderful weekend. Say hi to your dad for us, and we'll talk again soon.
Okay. Happy Father's Day.
Thank you.
This is Donna Smoot for Radio Real Estate.
To learn more about the North Shore market, call Donna at 604-803-0931. That's 604-803-0931. Or visit SmoodRealestate.com. That's SMOOD Realestate.com.
I need a dollar, 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 that's what I need. Hey, hey, well I need a dollar, 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 that's what I need.
Hey, need a dollar. That's why you go see the mortgage broker, right?
Absolutely. You'd be amazed the number of people coming in to see us.
Yeah.
That's like today I've only got about 5 coming in. On Monday we have 8 clients coming in to see us to talk about money.
You were saying this morning when you got to the station here that May has been pretty good for you guys.
Oh, it was unbelievable. I'm just looking at the Greater Vancouver Real Estate Board. Ray Harris is talking about what's going on, and there's a huge increase in home buyer demand than any point over the last 3 years. So you've seen a 14% increase compared to last May, and a 7% increase over last April.
Wow. And in the Fraser Valley?
And in the Fraser Valley, we've got, compared to May of last year, we're up 18% in sales. And it's interesting because sales do not necessarily equate to prices. No. So we do have more sales, but actually prices are only 3% up over last year.
Wow.
In the Fraser Valley.
And I should take time here to get the telephone number. If anybody has any questions or comments on what we're talking about right now, the price of housing in Vancouver, how things are going, or the Fraser Valley, please feel free to give us a call, 604-280-0650, 604-280-0650. And if you're calling out of town, God bless you, you might want to compare the price of your home in Galveston if you're listening to us in Galveston to Vancouver.
We've got Ron Neal from Victoria who's given us some reports on what's happening in the Victoria market as well. But,
right on.
But just comparison to what Sherry was just saying earlier, the Vancouver market has seen a 4.3% increase in prices.
Mm-hmm.
So, and those are fairly significant because we know from Donna Schmood, she was talking about those prices of homes in West Van and North Van have gone up considerably. I think you were giving us some examples earlier.
Yeah, and that long-distance telephone number is 1-877-280-0650. Oh, I see. You got to get the phone number, 1-877-280-0650. As you were saying, William.
No, I was just saying that Donna said so. You had some information on that, so I was just going to ask you what that was.
Well, she was saying that there are some homes over on the North Shore that are actually selling above asking price.
Wow.
A couple of $100,000.
Wow.
So, I don't know. We keep saying on the show, and we harp on this all the time, but if your home is priced properly.
Yes.
And
single-family dwellings. Like that stat, 60% of the homes that sold in May were single-family dwellings. So it is happening. I think it depends on the area where you are, how quickly they're selling, how much over asking price. I do have some friends, real estate friends, that sold a house in East Vancouver for $170,000 over the list price.
Wow.
Is that one of those Vancouver specials?
It was, yes.
Really?
Yes. So that's the Powerhouse agents sold that for $170,000 over.
Well, like you're talking about that. You're talking about what's happening in Vancouver. Like I'm looking at the numbers here for the attached property sales, and they've increased by about 2.4% in the Vancouver.
Right.
But what people don't realize that Vancouver proper kind of starts the trend, and then it just starts going out like a ripple in a pond. It starts getting into the valley, and once you get into the valley, you're going to see the same things going. So if you're thinking about buying, if you're thinking about even looking at properties, you should get pre-approved and call your realtor now, just to get ahead of the game. Because what happens with a lot of people is that they don't realize that when you come into a market like this, you have to be educated, and you have to get educated on the run. Because with the home that you're looking at today, if it's priced properly, by the time you make up your mind, could be gone tomorrow.
Yes, we are very limited on product out there, so you definitely need to get that pre-approval. And we've talked about this many times before. Walking into your bank and the bank just looking at your information and saying, oh, yes, I'm pretty sure you'll get a mortgage, no problem, and then walking out the door is not a pre-approval. In order to get a pre-approval, someone like Bill will be asking for all of your documentation, letters of employment, and that's when you really do have an approval.
You don't ask for blood type, do you?
Almost.
It's that close.
We look for ID. We'll look for a void check. I mean, it is cumbersome. I mean, it really is. But we let people know up front so they know it's going to be a pain. But at least you know that you're going to be approved because we have documentation. And as I said earlier on the show, we need to see your summary notice of assessments from Revenue Canada. That dictates everything these days. It's not like the old days where the job letter and the pay stub are good enough. It's not the case. Your T4, that's not the case. You need to have your notice of assessment, and will normally last for the last 2 years, if not the last 3 years, just be on the safe side.
We've asked you about this before, Bill, but why is it so important to become pre-approved? Obviously, you know how much money you have to play with, but what else happens in that ball game if you're not pre-approved? You go out with the realtor, and then
if you're not pre-approved, what happens is the realtor is shopping with you to buy that home that you think you can afford. They make an offer on a home. They're telling the listing realtor that this client is ready to buy, so they're going to take that home off the market for anywhere from 5 to 10 days. And they're trusting the client that they've actually done all their due diligence, and then have to go back to this couple who have actually put their home on hold and their plans on hold for that 10 days until you make up your mind whether you can afford this or not, and now find out they can't, and now they've got to start the whole process all over again. And they may have missed a number of people that would have loved to have bought that property.
So you're wasting a lot of people's time.
Absolutely.
And also you're going to cause yourself a problem too, because you're looking at this home with your heart,
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we're going to have a baby. We got to move in here. And guess what? Now you can't.
Yeah. And not only that, I think people really underestimate exactly how long it takes to get that pre-approval. Even though you're pre-approved by someone like Bill, who can shop around to many different lenders, you can still go put an offer on a house, and it will still take a good 5 5 to 10 days, even after you're pre-approved. But they have to approve the property.
Exactly.
And people underestimate how long that can take.
And they don't realize that at this time of year, like May, June, July, September, these are the busiest months. 60% of the sales occur in this 4-month period. So you're going to be going against a number of other people trying to get the same properties approved and getting approved for your mortgage. And so everybody's really, really busy. I mean, we've had lawyers call us at the end of May saying, don't give us any more deals. We can't handle any more volume. It is busy out there, and there's a number of reasons for that. And one of that is because the pricing of homes are reasonable still today, and your interest rates are great. So you've got that. And then all the banks and all the lawyers, they've cut back staff like everybody else has cut back staff. So therefore, nobody wants to go out and get more staff, and so the whole process becomes a little burdensome.
So someone comes to see you in the office, you take all the details, you get their blood type, the name of the first born male child, second female child, blah, 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 blah. So now you have all this information sitting there. Now, Bill, what does a mortgage broker do with the information I've got? You start calling different financial institutions, seeing if you can match them up with a deal, perhaps?
What you're trying to do is that your process should be, or will be, is that I will spend probably an hour and a half to 2 hours with you to find out what you're not telling me. Because I need to know, not just today, because anybody could go online and find out today what you qualify for.
Mm-hmm.
But where are you going to be in 5 years' time? Is this the right home for you? Because you depend on me, your realtor depends on me to give you best advice in terms of where you should be 5 years from today. And so if we put you into a property that is, the first 6 months you're in, you're going to say, oh, geez, I should have bought the other property because it had this, it was a south exposure, it was closer to a TransLink, it was closer to schools, closer to whatever it might have been. And so you need to find all those things. And people get so caught up in the glitz and the glamour and the idea of having a new home, and it's got a nice, shiny new fridge and whatever the smells were, or it looked at something special. They don't realize that there's a whole other bunch of features that they have to look at.
Now, do you folks, Bill and Sherry, find that there are more and more people moving from, say, downtown Vancouver or West Vancouver or the west side out to the valley because of house prices?
Well, it really depends on the client. I've had quite a few clients over the last few years who are downsizing or smart sizing, and they're actually selling their homes in the burbs and moving downtown.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
And we're helping people right now. We have a client right now that's buying a property, buying it right at the corner of Cambie and Marine. He's going to be buying one of the new towers that are going up right beside the Cambie line because they want to have access to freedom to move downtown with a TransLink.
That's interesting. Now, if you folks want to get some more information on mortgages or what Bill's been talking about, Sherry, how do they get a hold of Bill?
Well, they can get expert mortgage information online by visiting BillyMac.com. That's Billy with an I, not a Y, MAC.com, or by calling Bill at 604-684-4663. That's 604-684-HOME.
Thank you, Sherry. In the next segment of our program, we turn the microphone over to our home handy guy, Finn Jensen. And this morning, Finn says summer arrives next Saturday. Yes, it do. What time? 3:51. You're absolutely right. 3:51 in the morning. We're all going to be up for that. And not only are we going to be up for the summer, but apparently Finn says this summer is going to be very, very busy.
This is Sherry Brown of RE/MAX Performance Realty with Bill Macklin, president of Dominion Macklin Mortgages, our producer Paul Dembski, and Tom Lucas. You're listening to Radio Real Estate on AM 650.
Hi, this is Rima with the Delta Rise, Delta's tallest and newest tower, rising 37 stories. Delta Rise is known for its accessible location, great outdoor amenities, and smartly designed floor plans. For more information, visit us at the corner of Scott Road and 80th Avenue or online at deltarise.ca. Come find out what all the hype is about. It's why we call it 37 stories of wow.
Jim Perkins, president and founder of Fair Trade Works.
There's a big difference between what contractors feel they should charge and the real price of labour and materials. We're proud to introduce a new system to drive quality, promote transparency in housing costs, and save you money.
Fair Trade Works' new system provides wholesale pricing on materials and pre-vetted labour, access to budgeted designers, and more. Details at fairtradeworks.biz.
We deliver on quality, we deliver on price.
Find out more at fairtradeworks.biz. fairtradeworks.biz.
Hi, this is Bill Macklin from Dominion Macklin Mortgages. Most people need advice on mortgage financing. We provide personal financial advice with no vested interest and at no cost. We're compensated by the lenders. We'll review your current financial situation to determine if you are ready to purchase. If not, we'll help develop a plan to put home ownership in your future. For more information, call 604-684-4663. That's 604-684-HOME.
AM 650. Daddy, don't you walk so fast. Daddy, don't you walk so fast. Daddy, slow down some, 'cause you're making me run. Daddy, don't you walk so
Another tearjerker for good old Dad, huh? It's Wayne Newton. Daddy, don't you walk so fast. 10:55 on the Radio Real Estate Show. Not only is this guy our home handyman, apparently he's pretty handy around the house, too, because he's a dad.
Really?
Not only that, just like a lot of us here, he's a granddad, too. His name is Finn Jensen, and he's got something on his mind. Right, Finn? Good morning.
Good morning, Tom, and good morning, Sherry. One more week and it's summer, the high season of relaxation for many in Canada. But on the West Coast, however, many of our citizens get busier. There are more tours to contend with, more traffic, more people everywhere. It has become a fact of life for Vancouverites, a ritual happily absorbed by everyone in the hospitality industry and their bookkeepers. It has become a very important industry in BC. More people than ever are employed directly or indirectly benefiting from tourism activity. It's an asset of immense opportunity for all citizens because when visitors see all that we have to offer, many resolve to invest here. That has a ripple effect through the entire economy, affecting developers, builders, and the real estate industry in whole, one of the largest employers and financial benefactors in British Columbia. It does its share of moving our economy forward 12 months a year, and much of the time, 7 days a week. They work hard, as do many British Columbians, and it shows. Many visitors and would-be investors leave with a solid impression of value for money and a desire to become part of this province. What this means is that everyone is better off due to it, and all the money spent to improve our properties and homes have been well worth it. People approve of what we've done. This is Finn Jensen for Radio Real Estate. Talk to you next week.
I was just talking right here on the
What?
phone. To
English,
a
Bill,
client.
English.
I was just talking to a client on the phone here, so I was sorry about
were
that.
you?
Yes, okay.
Can you hang on for a sec? Bill's
Okay,
busy.
Just a second here. So get ready for summer now. If you have any plumbing or air conditioning work that needs to be done, call Finn Jensen at 778-378-2740. That's 778-378-2740.
Okay, you can go back and talk to your friend on the phone.
Thank
there.
you very much.
Now, Sherry, Bill was over to see your mom and dad talking about the home equity chips program
He
thing last
was.
week. And apparently your mom was thrilled. She got a couple of recipes and everything.
She did. She got some recipes. I walk over to her fridge. She's got this metric conversion on her fridge. Their whole house now is Bill McLemy's.
It's a shrine to Bill.
And there's nothing Sherry Brown there anymore.
Well, there you go.
So they were quite thrilled, and they said, wow, he's such a nice man, and we're so glad we had him over for coffee.
Everybody
So-
says that. Such a nice man. You should ask him over at Christmas because he brings those seasonal kibasas.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, but thank God that's quite a few months off from now. Summer starts next week. Sherry, you've got a couple of hot listings you want to tell us about before we go. Yeah.
I have a couple of brand new listings. One is at 1601 420 Carnarvon in New Westminster. This is a one-bedroom condo. It is unbelievably spectacular. It's had everything done to it. Nothing to do here. New bathroom, new flooring. The bathroom tile is actually heated, but the view is amazing. It's of the river in New West, and you can see far down, up and down the river. It's amazing. And I tell you, if you're afraid of heights, it might not be the one for you because it's floor-to-ceiling windows.
Your dad was telling me about that. He said that place is absolutely spectacular.
It is. We shot the video there this week on a really beautiful day. So it's just over 700 square feet. So there's that one. It's $289,900, which is just a great price. Great price. And you're close to SkyTrain. In fact, SkyTrain is just down in the parkade. You just literally take the elevator down and you just walk through the parkade and you're at SkyTrain.
And it's right there.
It's right there. So very convenient. So there's that one. And then I have another one. That's a townhouse in North Delta. This is a ground level unit townhouse. It's at 89A Avenue, close to Scott Road in North Delta. It's 3 bedrooms, 1,200 square feet for $215,000.
Wow.
I don't know where you can live for that. So if you would like to be in North Delta, close to transit and shopping and everything, that's a really great unit. And both of those have videos online now on my website at sherrybrown.ca. That's SHERI Brown.ca. Or you can call me directly on my cell phone, 604-970-6789. That's 604-970-6789.
Our house in the middle of our street.
And before we go, we should mention that real estate mogul, Donald Trump, 68 years old today.
Wow.
Yeah, comb your hair, buddy. Holy cow. It's like
And I want to say Happy Father's Day to my dad.
Happy Father's Day, Steve.
I'll say happy Father's
And Happy
Day
Father's
to
Day
all
to Tom.
Thank you, and happy Father's Day to Bill.
Thank you very much. I'll say happy Father's Day to all my sons.
How nice. And we would say happy birthday or happy Father's Day to Paul, but it might freak him out.
Well, I think, yes, that's
Your
right.
new wife called the show earlier, and well, we'll leave it to tell you. Anyhow. That's it for Radio Real Estate today, and hope you enjoy your day. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers listening, and we'll be back to do this again next Saturday morning at 10. I'll be back on the radio tonight at 6 o'clock, and then 2 o'clock in the afternoon, Monday afternoon.
What a great show. Tonight, everybody should be listening to that show tonight at 6 o'clock.
Thank you, Bill.
It is the World Wide Web.
Retro Rock.
And it's a Retro Rock program.
Request show.
But it's worldwide.
And get your dad to call in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ask for some softy shows.
Because we're gonna get Dad to call in and tell us what it's really like to be a dad. Because we talk about all the good stuff. I don't want to hear the bad stuff. Anyway, enjoy your day. Thank you so much. Tom Lucas for Bill and Sherry and Paul. Thank you. Bye.
The proceeding was a paid program on AM 650.
This is CISL Vancouver. All-time favorites. AM 650.
The following is a special advertisement.